Right now, we have team coverage to keep you safe. Good evening. I'm Laura Moritz.
And I'm Chris Katz. Let's get right to First Alert meteorologist Neville Miller in for Brian.
And Chris and Laura, thankfully the worst of these storms has now made its way through the metro, but look at the power outage numbers here. We have a lot of red on the map here. So Johnson County on the Kansas side, Jackson County on the Missouri side, seeing more of those widespread outages. 62,000 in Johnson County, 52,000 in Jackson, even Wyandotte, 28,000. So the most of the outages were really along and south of I-70, lower numbers farther to the north where the wind wasn't as strong. Now, again, the severe weather risk for the metro, it's over, but we still have some rain, still some rumbles of thunder out there from DeSoto, Gardner, Olathe, Overland Park, right through downtown Kansas City, Liberty and Blue Springs, Lee Summit, moderate to heavy rain coming down. Farther towards the east, we've got the stronger part of that line of thunderstorms now over Warsaw, a little bit farther north to Sedalia, but not nearly as strong as it was just about 15 or 30 minutes ago. So these storms are showing signs of some weakening. Marshall, you still might have some stronger wind gusts with this part of the storm. Still quite a few lightning strikes, close to 1,500 lightning strikes, so not done yet. In Warsaw, I think the strongest part of this leading edge is moving through your community right now. So the severe weather threat, it's on the leading part of this line of storms. Behind it, moderate to heavy rain, but even that'll be tapering off as we continue on later into the evening. So for the next hour, wind gusts possible up to 65 miles an hour near 65 highway. So near Sedalia, near Marshall, near Warsaw. So we'll be monitoring that through about 7 o'clock. Then that severe threat moves into central Missouri. Severe weather threat will be ending. Temperatures will hang out near 70 degrees. Rain cooled air, but that rain has been adding up, and we've had quite a bit of damage and a lot of power outages. And Nick Bender in Storm Tracker 9, we've been tracking those storms all afternoon to the evening. And Nick, I see behind you there a big tree down.
Yeah, we're in Overland Park, Neville. We're not far from downtown Overland Park. A lot of tree limb and tree branch damage, and it seems like almost every street you have something like this. You have a larger tree that's down, so the tree base there is probably about 18 inches, maybe 2 feet in diameter, and it came down right on this car here in this parking lot, brought down winds that were probably in excess of 70 miles per hour. Something I've noticed with this tree, the foliage on it, these are kind of like needle-like leaves, so I'm assuming those don't catch the wind as easily as some of the other trees that we saw. So there had to be some stronger winds to come through there because those winds could kind of easily cut through that foliage. Like all the trees that we have shown so far this afternoon into this evening, they're brought down right at the base. They're not snapped off like you would see in a tornado. They're brought down at the base, which is indicative of those strong winds coming in aloft, the tree kind of grabbing it like a sail, and then the whole thing just pulls down. The tree that we're on in the 5 o'clock show, that was twice the size of this one. It came down over the street, didn't hit any homes, didn't hit any vehicles. This one, unfortunately, down on a vehicle, and just a couple of streets down here in Overland Park, there's another tree a similar size that's down over a vehicle. Needless to say, we'll say it anyways, power outages prolific, and we've also noticed some data interruptions on our cell phones and our Wi-Fi signals, so that could be because of the storm just kind of overloading those cell phone towers and just having all those other additional power outages, Neville. Just another thing that we're going to have to weather over the next couple of days.
All right, Nick Bender live in Overland Park. Nick, thanks. As the storm moved in with 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and higher, power lines came down quickly in Topeka, Lawrence, and eventually in the Kansas City area, where right now over 164,000 people are without power. Many of those obviously Evergy customers, but that number includes customers of the BPU and KCK and Independence Power and Light. That number steadily increasing as the storm moved east.
A look at damage in Gladstone now. Part of this tree, look at that, knocked over into a yard. We are tracking reports of damage on both sides of the state line.
And we continue our First Alert weather team coverage with KMBC 9's Matt Fleener.
And Matt, you're near the Waldo area and you have seen lots of lightning just in the last hour.
Yeah, we certainly have. In fact, we're inside of our vehicle right now because we have seen some lightning, just trying to stay safe here. But yes, look at this car and the tree that is on top of this car. I have to imagine there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of insurance claims because of scenes like this all across the metro that we have seen. We've been driving around in the Waldo area. We've seen 3 trees down. This one is covering the road right here near 74th and Tracy. Again, it's on this car. This is near the old Marlboro School, if you're familiar with this area. We also talked to another woman in this area. She was actually inside of her car. She was scrolling TikTok, and a tree came right down on top of her. She had to call 911, and she was able to get out safely. You see this woman coming out here to take a look at some of the damage, take some pictures, and again make that assessment of what is to be a large cleanup here at this scene, and again at several scenes across the metro area. We're going to continue to look around this area, see what other damage we find, and there certainly is a lot here near 74th and Tracy. Live in Kansas City, Missouri, Matt Fleener, KMBC 9 News.
It's all over town, that's for sure. And as the storm roared into the city, heavy rain caused high water in many places throughout Kansas City. And from the last hour, this is video showing northbound I-35 at West Penway approaching the southwest corner of the downtown loop. As you can see, inbound traffic slowing to pass through high water. That backup reached all the way to Cambridge Circle and beyond on I-35. The water has receded there, and it's back to normal now.